Hi, Vijay here, preparing you for growth and excellence. Now, today I want to share with you the five building blocks of leadership and business excellence. We're in the second part of 2022, and the challenges that leaders and business owners face is at an unprecedented level. We all know that costs are rising, and there are global uncertainties which are keeping on escalating, and it's very difficult for businesses and leaders to see how they can really add more traction to their businesses and to their progression journey. Now, and so I want to share with you these five building blocks which are relevant today in 2022. These are relevant. The first and foremost is unsettled. So, what do I mean by unsettled? You, as a leader, and you, as a business owner, must be unsettled. And when are you unsettled? Is when you are not going to accept business as usual. Now, what you really need to do is you need to challenge. You need to challenge the status quo. So, how can you really challenge the status quo? Is by asking incisive questions. And by the way, when you are unsettled, that means that you are completely purpose driven. You are linked to the purpose of your organization. You are linked to the purpose of what you want to do. So this is one of the core issues, and I can tell you, whether it's innovation, whether it's trying to sharpen your skill sets or sharpen your intelligence in whatever your field is, whatever sector you are in, what is going to happen is that you will be able to come up with new insights, you'll be able to scale up, you'll be able to stretch your thinking as well. So, my dear friends, if there's one point you can take, is be unsettled. Ask questions, ask the right incisive questions, and there's no question which is a dumb question. So you need to ask those questions and be curious, so you will be prepared, you'll be able to see the roadmap ahead, which is key and critical during this particular time. You need to have that competitive advantage. The only way you can have this competitive advantage is being unsettled, and that is going to even ignite a different level of energy. It will ignite a different level of excitement, enthusiasm as well. So, my dear friends, the first point I press upon you is to have this mindset of being unsettled. The second point that I want to share with you is frequency. We live in a multi generational era where what happens is that you need to communicate with different stakeholders, different clients, different customers, employees. So it's very different. So what you really need to do is you need to adapt. You need to really fine tune and find out the right communication link with the right people. Cultures are different. We go into different territories, the cultures are different. Not only do we have to accept those cultures, but we need to really fine tune our frequency. And why is this important? Because your impact is going to come from the clarity in the communication. Clarity is where the power is, clarity is where the impact is. And when you are clear about your communication, you will see that you will be able to achieve the milestones that you have set for yourself or for your business. So, my dear friends, this second point, communication, no matter whether you are a head of a department or a business owner or a board director, it's the communication which is extremely critical that you need to really look into. Find out exactly how you're going to really have those right risk disciplines within whatever you're doing. What do I mean by risk disciplines? And I'll give you an example. There was this business owner, family business, and I could see a father and son. The son was taking over from the father, but there was complete disparity, and there was a different risk appetite. The son had a higher aggressive mindset, while the dad wanted to step back, and he had a different thought process altogether. So I could see that there was disparity. And what really happened is, at the end, the son was demotivated. He was not really happy with the way the dad was thinking and what the dad's choices were, as opposed to what he really wanted to do. He was an aggressive go-getter. So what you really need to do is make sure that you are on the same level playing field. And this happens with culture as well, my dear friends. You want to retain staff, you want to have the right talent, you need to make sure you have the right frequency. Let me move to the third point, which is critical, and that is values. You need to uphold values. When you uphold values, you will have the confidence, you will have the authenticity. And where does confidence come from? It comes from competence, and competence is knowledge, skills, and experience. Add in that incisive questions, and you have a heightened level of intelligence at the end of the day. And that in itself, my dear friends, is 10,000 IQ points. Values. Align your values, whatever your values are, but live and uphold your values. Be true to the values of your organization and live those values, no matter what the situation is. In some territories, there is corruption. We all know about that as well. And there are those businesses who try bribing and getting their way in. But here's what you need to do. If you are ethical, if you have the integrity, if you uphold your values, whatever your values are, you will stand apart no matter what, because that authenticity itself is going to give you the confidence, it's going to give you the positioning, it will even build the reputation. After all, what is this world all about? It's based on trust, my dear friends. And trust comes when you meet deliverables, when you have that professionalism within yourself, but you even meet those deliverables of your customers, your clients. That is when you're going to build trust. So, my dear friends, whatever the case, make sure you uphold the values of whatever you're doing and your organization. And so, let me move to the fourth point, which is very important. And if you're a business owner, leader in any department, whatever your position is, you need to make sure you have a specific point of destination. Over the past year, I have coached and trained and consulted with over 100 CEOs and executives. And here's one question that I normally ask is, where do you want to go? How clear are you with your destination? And by destination, you need to be completely clear. You need to know exactly what is it that you want, by way of identity, by way of strategy, by way of tactics. It has to be clear, because then you'll have the roadmap. Yes, you may need to course correct. I mean, the variables may change, but if you have the fundamental pillars in place, and if you have the specific point of destination, you will be able to achieve what you want. And here's another thing: collective intentions. In any organization, whatever business you are in, make sure that you all are on the same page. You all know what the specific point of destination is. So, my dear friends, I press upon you to make sure that you're all aligned. And if you need to go on a retreat, go on a retreat for 2, 3 hours, brainstorm, make sure that you're all on the same page, but you know exactly where you want to go. And the final point, which is a game changer, is return on your time. My dear friends, time's not going to come back. Time is ticking. Every second counts, every minute counts. You have to keep on adding value. So your return on time is critical no matter what you do, whatever path you take. So find out exactly what are your priorities, what are the leverage drivers, where can you focus, and where can you say no, and how can you evolve your capabilities as well. Step up every 6 months, step up and look into what you can really delegate, and you step up your game. If you do this in itself, my dear friends, will take you to another level. These are the 5 building blocks of leadership and business excellence in 2022. If you take these points into consideration, I can promise you one thing: 3 to 6 months from now, it's going to be game changing, it's going to be business changing, and you will see the impact it's going to make to your business. So I hope this helps. Thank you very much.